Alright, what's good with y'all boys, man? Back at y'all another video. Now, before we hop into the topic, make sure you follow me on Instagram at FlexLilQua and hit the description and hit the pinned comments and get access to my free guide, which is going to teach you the 7 steps that you need to avoid the friend zone. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to live in her head rent-free. How to make her become obsessed with you, how to become the guy that she always thinks about nonstop, that she never wants to detach from, that she's always thinking about, that she's always dreaming about, how to just live in her head forever. Because it's a reality out there, it's a version of yourself actually that women just flock to, that women just attracted to, that women just think about all day because you just do it for it. It's a version of yourself out there like that. You just got to tap into that. You just got to become that version because you might not be that version right now. Because you probably going about it the wrong way. You trying too hard to make women just like you. You trying too hard to make women find you attractive. See, that's the number one thing right there. If you gotta try to raise the attraction, you already in a losing position. If you gotta force her to like you, if you gotta force her to communicate with you, if you gotta force her to go on a date with you, link with you in any type of way, if you gotta force anything, meaning that the interaction between y'all is not genuine, you already losing, you already cooked. So with that being said, the number one thing that you have to understand and realize when it comes down to maintaining and mastering attraction with women is you only need to deal with women who have mutual interest in you. It makes no sense to try to force a girl to like you when there's millions and billions of women who already like you. Because it's not that you don't have to raise a woman's interest, it's just 90 times easier when she already like you. And in today's day and age, it already makes no sense to kind of go out your way to try to make yourself available and make yourself seen in the eyes of a woman anyway, because of the endless attention and validation that she already got. So if a girl is focusing on you, making it known and making it obvious that she like you, that she got some type of interest in you, whether she giving you choosing signals or whatever the case may be, you just know that she feeling you in some kind of way, then you pursue her, because the name of the game is pursuing, not chasing. If you gotta chase her all the time, if you gotta fight for her attention all the time, if you're in competition with all these other dudes, you don't want to be in a position like that, because it doesn't have to be like that. The next thing you need to realize is you need to be 2 steps ahead of the women. What do I mean by that? So you always want to keep her guessing, kind of keep her on her toes, maintain a level of mystery. For example, let's say you meet this chick, you bag her, you approach her, whatever, you get the number, y'all start communicating with each other. Now, if she get to asking you stuff like tell her about you and stuff like this doesn't mean go down memory lane. You tell her some type of specific event from the last 8 years of your life. You just give her a whole autobiography about yourself. Nobody's asking for all that. That's not really what she's looking for, bro. Tell her the things that make you different, things that make you stand out. Keep it short and simple, but if anything, direct it back to her. Because if you give in this level of mystery, if she doesn't really figure you out, if she got things that she can learn about you over time, it makes it a little bit more exciting, it makes it a little bit more enjoyable, and it also makes you more interesting altogether, as opposed to you giving her this whole file about you. Yeah, I've only known each other 2 weeks. Now all the mystery is already out the window. Now you gotta do double the work just to keep her interested in you. Another thing is also that goes hand in hand with this is being less available. When you're being less available, now her mind actually has time to wonder. She actually got time to think about you. If you're always there to pick up the phone, to text back, to do this, to do that, to just see her, be available, always want to be up under her, whatever the case may be, she has no time to actually think about you. She has no time to wonder what you're doing, to wonder what makes you you. You have to be pursuing your purpose in your day-to-day life to the point where your attention is not solely focused on women, to the point where your attention is not solely focused on this one girl. Because believe it or not, regardless of what she say, regardless of how she acts, she actually don't want to have 100% of your time and attention. I know it sounds crazy, but she actually don't want that, because that's why she keep chasing you. That's why she keep coming back for more, because you give her a little bit of time here, a little bit of attention here, a little bit of stuff, whatever here, but it's not filling her tank up all the way. It just gets her going. It just takes the edge out, but she's still coming back for more because she's still interested in you, because there's still mystery, because there's still excitement there. You see what I'm saying? As opposed to it being the same mundane routine. It's get over amplified, the compliments get old and oversaturated, the time y'all spend together ain't as exciting no more because y'all just kind of used to each other now. The attraction level has diminished. If you want to raise the attraction, you gotta be 2 steps ahead. But this also means just being spontaneous and just being yourself, because you being yourself is good advice, but it's also bad advice in dating, because if you're not the person who you want to be right now, being yourself is terrible advice. But the name of the game when it comes down to dating effectively is when you actually pursuing your purpose, when you self-improving on a daily basis, and you actually confident in yourself, then that's when you want to be yourself. Because when you gotta force it, when you gotta fake a persona, when you gotta act a certain way just to get accepted or just for this girl to like you, you're doing too much, and she kind of controlling the situation without even knowing it. You shouldn't have to go the extra mile just to show her that you like her. It should be obvious. You shouldn't have to just drop a bag every single time or always spend money just for her to know that you like her. Just for y'all to have to spend time together, that you have to up your car, you gotta just swipe your car. It doesn't have to be like that. Because basically, put yourself in the woman's shoes, for example. You gotta realize what she's attracted to. You gotta realize what's gonna keep her chasing you, what's gonna keep her thinking about you. It's the fact that you ambitious. It's the fact that you own your stuff. You out here working towards something. You trying to be somebody. You're not just being average. You're not just being born. And you're not just wasting your life. But you actually got some type of vision. You actually trying to be somebody. That's the number one thing that's important as well, because that shows and that makes you different from other people. Because the average person, bro, or other dudes, you gotta also look at the competition. Look at the other players that's on the court. Look at who you up against. You see what I'm saying? So when you looking at everybody else who this woman got access to, or you just looking at your peers in general, looking at people that's around your age group, look at what they all doing. Wasting money, wasting time, trying to be comfortable, chasing happiness, chasing highs, ain't really got no real vision, ain't really worried about what life can be like, how good life can get, how masculine they can be, how successful they can be. Average dudes, they just going day to day with their lives, typical, regular things, not really striving for anything. Some out here that's different, some out here that's getting to it, and that's who you need to become, the ones out here that's different. You don't want to do what everybody else is doing. Look at how everybody else is living. You don't want to live like that. That's one thing I take pride in, is just being kind of observing. Like, I don't really like how they move, and I don't really like what they got going on. So that means I don't really need to be doing what they doing, because I'm gonna be in the position that they want to be in. You got to be able to take information and take inspiration from people who are a little bit ahead of you, so you can see what they doing and do what they doing, so you can get to their level, as opposed to doing what everybody else is doing, which is only gonna keep you at the level that you at. Because just conversation ain't gonna seal the deal. Just you talking to a girl on a continuous basis, it's not gonna make her mind wander. Yeah, she'll appreciate the conversation. She might like the attention that she's getting from you in that moment, but that's not gonna really just get her attached to you. That's not gonna make her think about you forever, make her obsessed with you. No, that ain't enough. That's just one factor with it. Yeah, you gotta have your conversation skills on point, you know what I'm saying, things like that. But you also have to have just your overall energy and your aura, your charisma. How you talking to her, how you charming her, how you make her feel in the moment. You get what I'm saying? How are you pleasing her in every type of way possible? How are you just doing everything different than any other dude that she had access to? How y'all do new things, spontaneous things that she ain't never did before, and it's always a surprise. How she always on her toes, she always guessing, she never just know what's coming next, and that's what keeps her anticipating what's gonna happen next. That's what keeps her attached to you, that's what keeps her thinking, that's what keeps her going, because there's always something new with you. And you only get to this point by being secure in yourself, by being confident in yourself and loving yourself and accepting yourself as you are. Because you can't be needy and insecure. You can't be doing all this makeup and stuff like that that just make you seem like you ain't really secure in yourself. You can't have this scarcity mindset and always be scared of losing your girl. And this comes by viewing yourself as the prize. And you're only gonna view yourself as the prize if you getting results in your life, if you actually becoming somebody. If you just sitting on your ass, if you just the average guy, you ain't doing nothing with your life, how are you gonna look at yourself like the prize? You gotta start doing things that make you feel good about yourself, that make you feel fulfilled, that bring you fulfillment. Going to the gym, working out, whatever. Doing whatever you need to do, you just need to do things that bring you fulfillment. You have to find your own purpose. I can't tell you what your purpose is. I can't tell you how you can add value to the world. That's some homework that you gotta do. But once you start pursuing your purpose, once you start just getting on your self-improvement journey, taking these first steps, then you're gonna start seeing yourself in a new light, and that's what women gonna respond to as well. And all these things are much easier to obtain when you get into the bag and when you got your money right. Because that allows you to create a lifestyle for yourself, that allows you to invest in yourself and really paint the picture of who you truly want to be and the life that you truly want to live. Because that also goes hand in hand with the social proof, how you take care of yourself, how you take care of things around you as well, that women are also paying attention to. So if you got your own car, your own crib, anything like that, how you living and the social proof that comes along with that makes you 30 times more attractive. Because at the end of the day, your date life gonna be completely trash if you broke. Because if you're dealing with a girl, you like this girl, you want to take her on a date, it's impossible if you broke. If you don't have a car, you can't pick her up, you can't pull up on her, you can't do nothing. But even after the date, if you got a car to take her to the date, if you ain't got no crib, where are you gonna take her after the date? So if you ain't getting to this bag, then you already a couple steps behind and you already got your priorities messed up. So focusing on yourself, improving yourself, getting to this bag, doing what you need to do for yourself, working on your conversation skills, getting your experience up, working on your charisma, getting different interactions and things of that nature, being a little bit more mysterious, being less emotional and more detached, it all makes you more attractive. Just have a more nonchalant energy to yourself and not be so pressed and so needy when it comes down to dealing with women. Because at the end of the day, it's all about how you make her feel. Because once you make her feel a certain way, that's what's going to trigger her to think a certain way about you. So if you know how to play into her emotions, make her feel the way you want her to feel, make her feel the way she wants to feel, then you got her good and you got her forever. But just know you have to also know things that make her feel the way that turns her off as well. You're being too needy, you're being insecure, you're being argumentative and acting just like her all the time. You know what I'm saying? You're not being focused. You lacking off, you lacking focus, you lacking drive, you lacking purpose, you lacking results, you falling off and you getting comfortable and you getting more unattractive. All those things are gonna turn her off. She's never gonna be thinking about you. She's gonna be thinking about somebody else. But if you just show up every single day, it's like you never turn off. Your switch is never off. Your battery never dead. You always showing up. The foot is always on the gas. It's like there's no chink in your armor, so she can't get to you. She can't get under your skin. You always passing the little shit test and stuff like that because you just don't care. Because she doesn't control your emotions. You control your emotions. She's following you. She's submitting to you because you leading her. You being masculine. Because she seen who you was and how you was moving before she came into your life, and that's what lured her in. So when she comes into your life now and everything's maintained, if not hiding, you think she ain't gonna wanna stay? You think she ain't gonna wanna still be thinking about you even when you're not around her? Even after y'all probably separate or something like that? You see what I'm saying, bro? This is how these things go. You wonder why you stop dealing with a girl, then she be in a whole different relationship, but she still be watching your story. She still be texting you on the lower. This girl that you dealt with in the past just comes back out of nowhere, and you really don't understand why. It's because of the way that you made her feel. It's because 9 times out of 10, you're probably that imprint. But at the end of the day, all these things come full circle when you have a vision for yourself. Because it's like I always tell y'all, you want to be getting experience while you also improving and getting results in your life. And at the same time, while you're doing this stuff IRL in real life, you want to be doing the same thing on social media as well. Because at the end of the day, bro, you already know just how many options you can get, just how much better dating can be just off the strength of social media, just off the strength of Instagram. You know how many girls you'd probably bagged or how many you done seen that you wanted to bag on Instagram alone. So at the end of the day, everything that you're doing in your day-to-day life to improve, to get better, you can be broadcasting or doing something or making this sociable as well on social media. And the most important principle is not being scared to lose her, because if you're scared to lose her, then you're putting her on this pedestal and she always gonna basically be your puppet master and control your actions, because you're gonna essentially be walking on eggshells. And anytime you walking on eggshells, you cook, because you can't fully be yourself. You can't fully be in your element. You can't fully just be your masculine version of yourself, basically. So by you having the power to walk away or having the power to just let go or having the power to just separate or anything like that, that shows that it's true peace and comfort within yourself, that you're not codependent on this woman for fulfillment, happiness, love, peace, etc. Because she's just adding to it. So at the end of the day, if she's not doing or adding to your program, following your program, being submissive, being feminine, or doing whatever that she needs to do for you, or she just going against the grain any kind of way, you can't be afraid to walk away. You can't be afraid to hold her accountable, because if not, everything that you're doing that you don't like right now is only gonna get worse the longer that you continue to put up with it. And the same thing goes for trying to take a girl serious when you see the red flags in front of your face, why y'all talking or why y'all still getting to know each other. If you look over those things, it's basically like I always tell y'all, the things that you overlooking in the talking stage is gonna be the same thing that's the downfall of your relationship on down the line. You see what I'm saying? So that's the most important thing right there, bro. If you follow all these things consistently and just basically strive to become the best version of yourself, become the most charismatic and masculine version of yourself, the most confident version of yourself. Envision yourself as the type of person that women would flock to. Ask yourself this right now. If women don't just look at you and give you that eye, you know what I'm saying? Or women don't just look your way, or you ain't got the option that you want, ask yourself why. Scan your badges and do the homework and do the work accordingly, because at the end of the day, it's something you don't know or something that you ain't doing as to why women ain't responding to you the way that you want them to respond to you. But at the end of the day, bro, you have the power to make any girl that you want chase you, think about you forever, and become obsessed with you if you play your cards right, if you play your game. You only create the rules for your game by getting the results, by putting in the work. So when she looks at you, she already knows what you about and she can't resist it. Simple. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.